All right, it is time for a library haul. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. This is going to be my 5th library haul for the summer, and as it turns out, I actually think this is going to be my final library haul. I was going to do one more, but I had another look at my schedule, and I was like, oh, actually, it kind of makes sense to close things up a little bit earlier. I might renew some of these and keep them a bit longer, but I don't think I'm going to do another trip. And as the timing worked out, I think it ends up being right around the beginning of fall to do the crossover. So maybe that is the way things are supposed to be, even if that wasn't the way I initially planned them. So there is that. But before I get into the books, I do want to share about one of the books that I'm going to be talking about, which is, I just thought I would mention that we did pick a book for the buddy read that I'm doing with Izzy and Kate Kelly, and that is going to be Scythe by Neal Shusterman. So we are going to be reading Scythe in September, and it is a trilogy. So we'll read, I imagine the plan is to read Scythe in September, the second book in October, and the third book in November, because I was on a mission to get us to finish a series by the end of the year. The live show for Scythe will be on, Tuesday, September 28th on Izzy's channel. I'll put the link down below. It's 7 p.m. EST, and and so you're welcome to join us if you have never read the series, if you would like to revisit the series, if you've started but haven't finished the series. That is the plan. It is a YA, I think, dystopic, and I am looking forward to it. I just started it. It's pretty interesting, very engaging, a little different than I expected. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to it. It is one that I remember Izzy, how excited she was when the third book came out, and then I noticed that she hadn't finished it yet, so I thought this would be an opportunity to get her to finish the series. And now her, me, and Kate Kelly will all get to read it together, and you are welcome to join us. So I thought I would mention that because I didn't know when I did my reading plans for September, we hadn't picked a title yet, and we have now picked it. It is Scythe. So I'm going to do these actually a bit different order than normal, because it is the March Mystery Madness subgenre September is going to be happening in the week this goes up. So it's happening September 12th through the 18th, Sunday through Saturday. I will leave a link to Elizabeth's channel or announcement video down below from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I am looking forward to participating this month. And so March Mystery Madness happens every year in March, but they're doing subgenre September for the first time. So the idea is to pick a subgenre, and I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, a subgenre that you don't normally read to try and read within that week in September. So I picked three things that I have here. I don't know, I think I'm kind of cheating on the subgenre situation. There might be a little more tropes. But they are definitely something that I don't normally read, although one is the next in a series, so that's it still is not something I would normally read. Anyway, let's just get to it. So I have 3 options for subgenre September. The first one is X-Files. Yes, the second book in the X-Files Origins series, which is a YA series, teen fiction. And so this one is called Devil's Advocate. It is by Jonathan Maberry, different authors for the 2 books. So the first one followed Mulder, and I read that last month-ish, sort of, I can't remember, 200 days. And this one follows Scully as a teenager. She's 15 years old in 1979, so technically it's historical fiction. Let's not even go there. I don't know. All of the things I can say to continue to play on the joke on that, I would reveal too much. So anyway, so I am hoping to read this. I actually only I didn't like the first one as much as I anticipated, but I do want to read this one. So this is one option. It also is the first one was quite a quick read, so I imagine this one will be as well. So there's that. And then the other thing I picked up 2 books from, what is the subgenre I don't normally read? Teen mysteries, also franchised fiction, I think is I don't read a lot of. Both of those are not genres, but that's the closest I can come to. This probably, given that Scully is more of the believer in terms of religion, it might be a religious thriller, but I don't know that. Also, the title, Devil's Advocate, might be, I don't know. We'll see. That we'll have to wait and see. And then the other not subgenre, but thing I don't read a lot of, but I know that a lot of other people read a lot of, and that is I picked up 2 books from the kids section. So kid mystery type situations. The first one, here we have Vanishing Acts by Phillip, Margolin, and Annie Margolin Rome, and this follows a 7th grader who wants to solve a mystery. So, first day of grade 7 to-do list. Find locker, soccer tryouts at 3 p.m., solve murder case. So, this one looks like a lot of fun. It does say that it's a Madison Kincaid mystery, but I didn't see any others listed. So, I think it'll be a pretty fast read. Has some illustrations. Are they the same? Oh, it's the same. It's mostly the number. So, so I thought that would be a lot of fun. I looked just at the kids on the spinners, and that was one that was available. Also, this one looks really good. This is the first in a series. The Misadventures of Edgar and Allan Poe is the series name, and it's called The Telltale Start. This is by Gordon McAlpine with illustrations by Sam Zuppardi? Oh, there's a cat. I missed the cat. Oh my god. So this follows, I think they're twins. Yeah, they're identical inside and out. They can read each other's minds. Their fiendish pranks are legendary. I'm not so much a fan of pranks, but this follows their twin brothers, Edgar and Allan Poe. So it's got illustrations. We got Poe himself there. And I imagine I imagine it's a mystery. Yes, a mysterious organization is after them, and the boys are in more danger than they know. Can their famous ancestor, Edgar Allan Poe, help them from beyond the grave? Oh my gosh, yeah. Yep, fun. So those are the 3 that I have available for subgenre September for March Mystery Madness. So it's only a week, so I probably won't get to all of them, but I hope to finish at least one of the kid mystery or kid detective. This definitely feels like kid detective, kid mystery, and then I probably will get hopefully a good start on Devil's Advocate if I don't finish it. Okay, so now I am going to move on to the books that I placed holds for, and then the books that I picked up from the shelves when I was browsing. I decided not to show everything, although I think there were like 3. Because this is going to be a shortened time period than I anticipated, I have a feeling I'm not going to get to as many titles as I expected, but what can you do? I am still... Oh, there was one more. This one's also a potential mystery. I forgot about this. Sorry. All right, adding in. So another potential mystery is Stumptown, and this is Stumptown Volume 1 by Greg Rucka and Matthew Southworth, and it has a title that made me realize it's a mystery. It's based on the TV series. Stumptown was based on this series. And it's called The Case of the Girl Who Took Her Shampoo But Left Her Mini. So from that title, The Case, I imagine it's a mystery. So that's my 4th option. So I have 4 options, and then this is a graphic novel. So I really enjoyed this series. I missed some of the ones in the middle. I like the color story of the TV series. Ooh. So, and I think this bind up has like 1 arc, so fingers crossed it does. I'm not sure. I found that on the shelves. It's the first of 4 for Stumptown. So okay, so those are the ones that I am potentially reading for March Mystery Madness subgenre September. Now on to the holds. Okay, so first up, I mentioned before that I was going to do this. I didn't finish this book on the first round, so I got Battle Royale yet again. I started reading it again. It really is good, but man, it's pretty brutal. This copy though, man, it's pretty battered. There's some that stick out right in the middle. It's definitely got some tape going on. But it's still readable, and I'm happy that there was one available, but it's really has seen better days. But that's okay. I can still totally read it and have been reading it. So this is one of the oldest books on my Goodreads TBR. It was made into a film, I think, in around 2000, which is a cult classic at this point, or at least, I don't know how long. It's definitely a cult film. I don't know how long it has to be out to be a cult classic. It will be, if it's not yet. It's a battle royale. It's a bunch of kids, school kids, like high school, young high school, junior high schoolers, end up being taken to an island, and they are told that that only one will survive. And it's pretty brutal. Oh my gosh, pretty brutal. So yeah, we shall see how this goes. This was translated by Yuji Oniki, and so hopefully I will finish this in the next couple weeks. It's 600 pages. I am concerned that if I will be able to do that or not. Also, series continuation, I picked up another volume of Fables, Werewolves of the Heartland. This is by Bill Willingham. This is 17.5 in the Fable series. I read 7.5, which was 1001 Nights of Snow, I think. And I actually did not terribly enjoy that, but I think this is the only other in-betweener, and I've read the 22 volumes of Fables, so I thought, let's finish this off. So I picked up this one. Also, series continuation, I picked up Moonshot Volume 2. This is a collection of Indigenous comics. Really enjoyed the first one, which I read earlier this year, and looking forward to reading more. And then I also got, this is a Ray Bradbury titled, Ahmed and the Oblivion Machines of Fable, illustrated by Chris Lane. Ray Bradbury is someone that, I love how his profile, it's not a profile pic, his 8x10, he's holding a cat, a black cat. I love it. So Ray Bradbury is one of the authors that I am working through all of their works, and I have been reading some short stories and some kids books this summer, and so I will continue to do that with this one. This one is probably going to go back because it's not what I expected. So this is The Living Dummy and Other Stories by Jack Davis. This actually came up in a search for works with Ray Bradbury's, and it says written by Al Feldstein with Ray Bradbury. However, when I looked at the table of contents, there was only one story that said Ray Bradbury, and it was like suggested, loosely inspired by The Skeleton. And I'm like, no, that's not what I was looking for. And this is all comics that are mummy related. So yeah, so it wasn't really what I was looking for. If I had a longer time period for my borrows, I'd probably give it a shot. Mummies isn't necessarily something I'm terribly interested in, but could be interesting. I do like Fantagraphics books, but just wasn't quite what I'm looking for. So I think it's gonna go back. Okay, now this one. This, I was expecting a very battered, large, like mass market paperback. When I saw this on the shelf, I was like, what on earth did I get? What on earth did I order? It is huge. So this is The Golden Key by Melanie Ron, Jennifer Robertson, and Kate Elliott. This I got more for reconnaissance. So Jennifer Robertson is one of the authors that I am working through their works. She's a fantasy writer, but I was trying to find out information about this book and I wasn't having much luck. It's listed on Goodreads as the first of 3 and also has a prerequisite, like a 0.0 situation. And when I looked into it, it kind of looked like book 1 from the 3 authors, each would write one of the stories. But from this, it looks like they all contributed to this stories and to this one story. And I'm like, is it all 3 books? But then I don't think any of the other ones were listed. And this is from, I think, the late 80s or early 90s. In 96. And so there hasn't been any more books. So I am actually, I got this so I could figure out whether this is the first in a series or whether this is a book unto itself. I actually still can't tell. So I'm going to have a look at it and see if I want to read it. It's got a map. It's fantasy. And So I should test read it to see if I'm interested in reading it. But I am a little hesitant to read a book that's 25 years old, that's the first in a series, that the other titles never seem to have been released. So I'm not sure what to do about that one. I thought it would answer questions. It looks like it has created more questions. Okay, so I'm taking a chance on this one. So as the summer has gone on, I have worked through, I think, all of the Goosebumps books that are available through the library, that are available physically. There are a couple that I wasn't able to get my hands on because they're uncatalogued or they're like on display or whatever. So there's a couple I wasn't able to manage. Then there was one called Bad Hair Day, and it was available and then it wasn't available, and then so I was just looking at everything R.L. Stine like came up as an author, and I came across this. Le coup de lapin, which is Bad Hair Day en français. So I'm like, I did French for 9 years. Maybe I can read it. Probably not. Well, I don't know. Choisir un cadre de regard la ordonnage à Suzé Mallet, mais ne le montre pas. Okay, so maybe not. I chose a card. Looked at ordinarily me. No, yeah, not that. Let's try something else. Oh, well. J'étais prêt à tout pour assister de spectacle au magical. Il en valait la peine. D'allures que pouvait il m'arriver de terrible. Oh, see, so that's 1 out of 3 sentences. So maybe this is just a fail. I don't know. C'est vrai. That's true. So I know some things. Quand elle est morte, the home affairs. No, she is dead. When girl dead? I don't know. So maybe this is oh wow, this is very for anyone who speaks French. They hopefully are embarrassed for me because I can't quite manage it. So anyway, I will give it a shot. So probably won't be able to do it, but I thought it's a kid's book. As I said, I took 9 years of French, not immersion, but in Canada you have to take some. It depends on, I think it's provincial decided, and I took French from grade 3 to grade I took to grade 12, and then I started OAC, but I didn't finish it. So anyway, but we actually did not read books. We didn't get there, so maybe I was optimistic. But I thought I would give it a shot. It's the only way I can get it available. Although I can recommend the book to Overdrive. I forgot about that, so I've started doing that for some of the other ones. But I thought I would try. So I'm still going to give it a shot, but I don't know if I'm going to make it through now that I've read a little bit. So we'll see. Anyway, let me know. Do you read books in other languages where your comprehension is the level that mine is? Oh my gosh. C'est tout à fait incroyable. See, sometimes I feel like I get some of it. How much would I look up? The young boy is a magician. My parents. Something telephone. Something telephone? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, along the same lines, I also picked up It Came From Ohio, My Life as a Writer by R.L. Stine, as a life story of the author of Goosebumps. So this is, it's actually later in it, it says as told to, so I don't know if it was interviews, as told to Joe Arthur and Susan Lurie. And so, but it doesn't look like interviews. So I thought it might be fun since I am finishing off the Goosebumps books, and it definitely will be high school graduation photo. So great photos on the back as well. So so I'm not sure if I'm going to end up getting to that. Also, because I still have about 10 or 12 that I still can get through Overdrive, maybe that's better suited to reading next year, but we shall see. I'm not sure. Next up, another nonfiction book. I got The End of Forgetting, Growing Up with Social Media by Kate Erichhorn. Not sure how to pronounce that. Erichhorn? Not sure. So I thought this would be interesting because now we really are at the stage where people have grown up with social media. Like they like, you know, it's always been a thing to be able to have this kind of online community sharing access to information. And I'm curious as to what the impact, like, we won't know probably, unfortunately, until like years gone by, but I'm curious as to what the current thoughts are now on this kind of idea. And honestly, the title got me, The End of Forgetting. Like, it's true. Everything can be recorded, everything can be placed. So how does that change? How does that change things? So I'm curious about this one. It's not too long. I hope I can get to this one. I don't know if I will be able to get to it, because I do have another nonfiction book that I really, really, really do want to read, which is Feminism is for Everybody by Bell Hooks. And this is a very, I've heard a lot of people say, like, I've heard it's a really good primer into feminism, and it's reading books on socio-political awareness is one of my goals this year, and I have been lacking. I have not been making as much progress as I had hoped to, and this one actually is not that long. It's only like 100 pages or so, so I thought it would be a good one, or 120, a good one to read. It was also a book club pick for one of the book clubs I'm not participating in, but following their list. I'm trying to remember. Wasn't super recent though. So those are my holds. And then I did also pick some stuff up off from the shelves. As I said, because my librarying is a little shorter than I expected, I don't know how many of these I will get to, but some of them include Stuart Little by E.B. White. I thought this would be a fun, fast read. Pictures by Garth Williams. E.B. White wrote Charlotte's Web, which was quite lovely, and I've never read Stuart Little. I know it was made into a movie, but I never saw the film either, so that might be a lot of fun and cute, and there's a lot of tough things going on, so something fun and cute felt I was very drawn to that. And then we also have Edmund by David Mamet. This is another Mamet play. One of the ones I got on the last round was A Life in the Theater, which was one of my favorites, if not my favorite, from that round of books. So I thought, there's another one, so let's get that. So I picked up that. I also picked up Concrete Kids by Emra Leon. And I was actually looking for shorter titles on the shelves, and this one was blurbed by Hanif Abdurraqib, which is one of the authors that I am working through their works. He is a poet, and this is poetry. So I am looking forward to checking it out. I really, really am. So that is one of them. And then one I picked because I saw it on the shelf this way in the teen section. I was like, cool, why is that thing sideways? Or why is that book sideways? And that's because it's super tall. And that is, it's not actually super, super tall, but it was taller than the shelf. And that is And the Ocean Was Our Sky by Patrick Ness, illustrated by Ravina Kai. This actually looks like the gorgeous illustrations, like absolutely gorgeous. And I have not read A Monster Calls. I actually, to be honest, I am not very, beautiful illustrations. I am not that interested in it. I have a sense of what it's about, and there's some things that are super popular that I'm just like, no, that doesn't work for me. So I don't think I am going to read it. So I thought, oh, well, this is the same author, so maybe this would be a better fit. I actually didn't realize that it sounds like it is a Moby Dick retelling. So, and I have read Moby Dick, so yay, I have the source material in the bag, but I don't know how I'll end up feeling about this one. Well, you never know that before you read a book, but from the very brief glances I had on Goodreads when I was looking up how many pages it had or something, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Even so, I'll give it a shot, especially because I don't think I'm going to read A Monster Calls. I know that's an unpopular opinion. I know everyone likes it. I have a strong feeling I'm not going to like it. And sometimes there's some books I'm like, you know what? I would actually just not read it and not have to deal with not agreeing with people, then read it and not agree with you. I don't feel that as much these days. I feel centered in my own opinion and I feel strong in my own opinion, but sometimes it's just easier to not have to bother. And I genuinely don't think I will enjoy it, and I don't I don't, and I'm not trying to say that there's anything wrong with other people enjoying it. I don't think it's problematic. I don't even know it well enough to know any of that, but I don't know, like, I think, after a certain period of time, you get a bit of a spidey sense on some things, and previously, I've often gone, no, I'm going to give it a shot, and I've started to pull back on that and trust my instincts, because I honestly don't think I will, but I definitely have enough to read, like, my goodness gracious, like, I can't even, And honestly, like, if I read anything, I just would really love to finish Battle Royale, and then also, of course, read some of the options for subgenre September. Let me know, and also let me know, have you read Stumptown? This is something, I just saw it on the shelf, and I thought it looked interesting, and I enjoyed the show, so that all seemed to bode well. So there you go, there is what is actually going to be my last library haul of the summer, unexpectedly, but it's better to know that filming it than just sort of not have another one, I think. So I'm going to take that as a positive and see how much of this I can read in the next couple weeks, and that will be it for the library this year. It has been a wild ride. I think I've done a great job. I've read so many books and really, really been happy with the results of many of them. So one more go and we shall see how it goes. All right, thank you so much for watching.